Good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, October 13th, 2018, and checking social media, which I haven't been doing much of lately. Noticed that that I was mentioned in a few Twitter following, Friday following recommendations, and so it kind of prompted me to do an update of sorts. If you can excuse my scratchy voice, it's been a long week. Those of you in the network know that we have been trading not quite, but almost 24/5 over the past several days, given the opportunity in the markets, and so I want to provide some insights and some maybe some tips for everybody out there, and give you a brief life update. First of all, on the life front, many of you are aware of this, but And I think recently in a video I referenced the passing of my mother-in-law, and I thanked everybody for their support. And well, unfortunately, shortly after my mother-in-law passed, only at the age of about 80, we were spending a lot of time with my father-in-law to try to help him, and he was going through some challenges as well. And he also passed about a month and a half maybe after my mother-in-law. So one of the reasons that I've been trying to focus the business efforts on our network, and haven't been doing many videos, and just hasn't been that much energy to do that. But we'll try to do some more going forward. I'm very grateful to the trading industry. Been with you folks in the industry in one way or another, going back to the trading markets days with Larry Connors, to the book, to the Jellies, to MF Global, to current day, and I'm very respectful of all of you who have chosen to listen to this crazy man over the years, and hopefully you've been able to gain some salt in terms of nuggets of wisdom, and learning what not to do, and being with me through all these years. So I really appreciate that, and I want to honor that with an update of sorts today. I mentioned toward the end of the book, and again, for those new to this is the Chronicles of a $1 Million Trader. It was published several years ago by John Wiley and Sons. And one of the last sentences basically says, I'm hopeful these words would have stirred your soul to diligently strive to maximize your gifts and talents, and jump through that window of opportunity with full force when it appears, which we can relate to the last several trading days, regardless of age, endeavor, or field, while keeping your successes in perspective and your friends and family far, far closer than your bank account. Is this a book about trading or life? I'll let you decide. That's how the book ends. And so, again, just wanted to share what's been happening. I've shared, the growth of my daughter over the time. My daughter's now 26 and 29. One of them's married, and this was married back in the day where we had Chelsea with diabetes at the age of 10. I mean, it's this year has been a reminder for me of how precious life is, and how much of a privilege and an honor that we owe this industry, and we owe our friends, and we owe our mentors, and we owe our teachers. The trading business can be dog eat dog. For every one person, the one side of the trade, there's someone on the other. For every winner, there's a loser. It's a zero-sum game. Net sub-zero when you add in the cost of transactions. And so all of us who endeavor to participate in this crazy little business of ours, you deserve honor, and you deserve respect, even though we may trade differently, and you may have seen an evolution in my own approach with these videos over the years. So I want to continue to give back to the extent I can. So enough of that. Thank you for all, but I wanted to fill everybody in on that. So where are we right now? I've been spending all my time with the Miller Dane Trading Network, as a fellow trader and as a facilitator. I'm about hoarse from screaming yesterday, really on that last run in the afternoon. I remember back to the trading days where I used to short that. The market's down. It's up. Oh man, it's been down all day. We got resistance points along the way. We got moving averages, prior swing highs. We got VWAP. We got all these sorts of things. However, I was, screaming, as the team knows, yesterday afternoon, basically telling people not to short, not to short, and go for those retracements, which we did all the way up, and that comes from only years ago, where I would not see that and I would misread it, and even if I think the book talks about one of the worst Fridays I ever had very early in my career, when I really was still cutting my teeth in terms of add. And then, I finally did drop it at 4 o'clock that day, just like it did today, or yesterday. But I'm there as a fellow trader. We have a core team. I'm not advertising. I'm not marketing it. It's available if you're interested. MillerDaneTradingNetwork.com. But we're a trading team. We're a trading team, and I imagine many of us will be together for life. It's taken me about 5 or 6 months now to get comfortable in the facilitator/trader role. It's like a player coach, and that has taken time to evolve. The jelly programs were different because we could do those for an extended period of time, for a week or 4 weeks, whatever we did with them, and then so they stopped, and I could go back to my own trading. This is continual. So a lot of energy management, a lot of taking naps. And to all of you in the network, a special shout out to especially some of you folks. If I start mentioning names, I'm gonna forget people, but I just a couple to point out. Brian and the multiple Daves that we have several Daves. Jay, a couple of Jays, Harvey. The last few weeks in this business, day, night, have proven to me that this is where I want to be. And this is the group of people and friends and support structure that I want to be around. Brett Steenbarger talks a lot about team. Mike Belafort talks a lot about team, the importance of team, and how do we do that? How do we create a virtual network of trading offices where we are literally trading side by side, elbow to elbow, supporting each other, helping each other. We have now gotten, we started with about 100 some offices, over 100 offices. We whittled that down now. Some folks were looking for call service. Some folks were looking for other people to push their buttons, basically, trade buttons. A few folks wanted to chat a lot about, politics and that kind of stuff, which we don't allow in our room. We've got a water cooler room, which we use to do a lot of non-trading, off-topic stuff. But we have a hard rule. Right, no political discussions, and everybody's honored that's there right now. And there's no posting after the fact BS entries. We're there to set the entries up ahead of time, and to help each other manage them optimally over the course of the sequence, over the course of the day. And so it's very unique, as Robin Dana said. God bless Robin. No one is doing this because it requires some confidence and some audio in the right group of people. Not about me, but the right group of people. And so, again, just a special shout out. I thank all of you. I thank Rob. We have so many, and some of you are having tremendous days. And those of you who have challenging days from time to time, I hope you find us there to help you lift you up, because we need that. We need that because it's so easy to flip so that you're on the wholesale side and not the retail side. So anyway, thank you to that. Thank you to the folks on Twitter who have joined us recently here. Again, if you're interested, it's MillerDaneTradingNetwork.com. The hat, right? We had a picnic here a few months ago in the rain, and that's what it's about. We even have a special gator hat, right? So one of the guys gave me this, right? These are alligator teeth, right? Clayton, right? So when you're in gator country, and those of you who are trading the gator patterns know what we're talking about, right? Anyway, so what are we learning in the markets lately? It's been funny because you have a lot of people coming out of the woodwork talking about how great it was that they shorted the tops and rode all the way down, and it's the one day out of 365 or maybe 730 or whatever the number might be for 2 years that you get those. So I continue to believe in the concept of adapting like a jellyfish, adapting to the market, adapting to the current in the ocean in which it puts you, and feeding off of whatever's in front of you. The whole concept behind the jellyfish program. And so that theme always remains. And so it's always about adapting to the market. What is happening? What is happening now? Robin is always having us ask that question. What is happening now? What is really happening? And adapting to that. So, understanding with the tools that we have available to us, and also the field that we may have as developed or developing seasoned traders for some of you, we have the ability to help determine what that is and then adapt to that. We had a couple of times this week where we had the down channels, right, on a couple of the strong down days. We had two traders, myself and Tom, just sticking the first names here, who were trading the exact same channel. I think this happened twice this week. Exact same channel. I was buying the lows. He was shorting the upper end of the channel. But you could draw this parallel line on the ES, these parallel lines, angled downward, and so and it was a very clear channel. And that brings up another important point to me, which is what this business is all about. When you scrape all the emotion out, the fear and the loathing and all that. It's a business of churning inventory, right? So you're constantly adding inventory and unloading inventory, right, at different intervals. And it's also a business of really you're running an insurance company. I haven't really used this analogy much, but we talked a lot about this week. The business of trading is really running an insurance industry, in my opinion, where you are willing to accept a risk in the place of others who are not willing to accept a risk, right? So, and that's a good reminder for all of us. We are accepting risk. Every time we make a trade, we are willing to put ourselves out there. We are willing to accept risk in this business when someone else doesn't want to accept that risk. And that other person, and we as insurance companies will also have our own insurance policies, right? In terms of management, sequence management via sizing, sequence management via, I don't like the term stops, right? There's too many myths there, right? But risk management and size management, and so we're willing to use our own risk techniques to help others employ risk techniques because we're their insurance company. Somebody wants to bail at these ridiculous lows, great, right? I will take that risk on as a trader, right? You will take that risk on as a trader, and I think the more that we can think about that mentally, the better off we are over the course of the day, the week, the month, the career, as we understand what we are doing. We're getting caught up in charts and technical analysis and all of this. It comes down to we are willing to put ourselves out there and accept risk. And in doing so, like an insurance company, we are able to profit from that. If we are running our business effectively, we're able to profit from that because it's our business. And like an insurance company, there will be times, or like a casino, there will be times where we have to pay out, right? There will be times when we will accept risk and get hit with that risk. There will be a cost to that risk, right? A trade sequence that may go against us. And as long as the premiums that we collect as an insurance company over time exceed the payouts, that is what we do as a business, and that is our goal as traders. And I thought that was very helpful over the course of this past week, especially when others were just, excuse the expression, barfing things out left and right. And so, they want to reduce risk. Fine, maybe appropriately so, and we can join them in reducing risk, near the tops of the moves. But once the thing starts to accelerate, right, then there will become often an opportunity to accept risk. And as I often said back in the 2000s and in the 90s, late 90s, markets, bear markets, if you want to, whatever you want to call it, we had death crosses on all three indices in the daily chart. We talked about that in the room. But there can be such incredible rip rallies. You've got to be cautious. You've got to be prudent. You've got to study for them, watch for them. Anybody telling you they're short at the top and covering at the bottom is a bold-faced liar, right? That's not, I don't want to be buying lottery tickets in this business. I want to adapt to the market that we have in front of us. And so, there are tremendous rip rallies. In 2008, the 1.5 million, whatever, that was 1.6 in the book. And I think we got over 2 at one point, right? Ultimately over 2 years, but I'm just talking about 1 year. I think it's 1.6. We had, I made much of my money, over 50% of my money in 2008 from the long side, from rip rallies, right? And so that's what we have right now. That's what we have. But again, back to the insurance company analogy. I want to pound this home a bit today. The guys know I got real emotional yesterday. I got my hands waving. I got my hat on. I got my, don't short at the end of the day, right? And so, the concept, the passion that we have for understanding what we do, risk, management, risk management, insurance company, right? I've used the hardware store analogy before. They were running a hardware store. Some of you are running True Values. Some of you are running Ace. Some of you are running Jack or Jill's, to the female traders out there, local hardware depot. Some of you are running Home Depot. Some of you are running Walmart's, right? Those of us that have progressed to a larger sizes, right? We do the same thing as you do, but we just do it with greater volume. And again, it comes back to the business of trading. We can hit and hoot and holler, and we have a lot of fun, and we do in our own network, certainly. But at the end of the day, this is a business. This is a serious business. We try to employ, by the way, in our room, comments that are made in the room, and many of you may have heard this from elsewhere, 3 principles. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? This is not anything that we made up, right? This has been out in the world for quite some time. But good ways to live in terms of speaking, and in terms of sharing, in terms of our trading. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And if it passes that test, then have at it. And it can be fun, it can be funny, and all those sort of things. We've got this. I think I mentioned in the other video. We have this guy named Harry, this fictional guy named Harry that we refer to as the guy on the other side of the trade, the guy that is always losing, the guy that is selling the bottoms. He's selling the 27.34, Friday afternoon. He's buying 27.80 at the end of the day. He's doing this. And we're always asking ourselves, where's Harry? Because it keeps us in check in terms of how we should be the anti-Harry. We should be anticipating what Harry is doing and being on the other side of that trade. We should be accepting risk that Harry is unfortunately unwilling to accept at the wrong times for him, at the right times for us. And that is the ultimate goal. So anyway, kind of rambling here a little bit on a Saturday morning, but I just wanted to do a shout out. There are a lot of great folks in this industry. I want to do a couple of shout outs. Linda Ratchke, who many of you know has backed out of the public sphere to a large extent, but has resurfaced in a few ways, and she'll be resurfacing with an upcoming book soon, and that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I've had the honor, as she did with mine. I've had the honor of previewing it and chatting with her, and it is going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. Watch for it. Robin Dane. Robin, we will get together more. We've been working on the other team members. I know I have a coaching session that I need, and we will have that. We will have that very, very soon. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all that you've done for the industry. Thank you for all that you're doing for our network, our leadership team, Kim on the charting, the technical analysis, and the streaming, and all the algorithms and the grids and the colors and everything that we talk to every day. Thank you so much, Ben, for the administrative support. Thank you. I could go on. Publicly, again, there's so many people in this industry that are solid. Verneman, for what you do, for what you've done over the years. I know we see a lot of things very, very similarly. Thank you for what you do. Brett Steenbarger, thank you for what you have done. Mike Bellafor, Mike, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. We have never gotten together. We talked about getting together years ago on the future side, and life intervened. I love you all. I love you all, and those are not just words. This life and this business are intertwined. I said in the book, and I said before, be good at life, and you will be good at trading. Be good at trading, and you will be hopefully good at life. These past several months have taught me that life is short, and we need to jump through that window of opportunity whenever it presents itself, whether it's in the sequence, in the context of a trade sequence, like we've had many times. We're not going to have the volatility like this forever, right? Jump through it with both feet. Or whether it's that window of opportunity in life, right? Forgive me if I get a little emotional. Tell your friend, tell your coworker, tell your significant other, every day, I love you. I love you. You're not going to get that chance. You're not going to get that chance in this world that is spreading hate, in this world that is so divisive. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to get a little preachy. Tell the other person that you love them. Last words in the network on Friday, after an exhausting 2-3 days with hardly any sleep. I love you all. I love you all. Those are heartfelt words, because there will be a day when we're not able to say that, and we've got to act it, and we've got to mean it. Has there been an evolution of myself, my trading, my life, since I went public in my trading back in the late '80s? Absolutely. Go back, look at some of the videos, you know, with a darker hair and the bushier mustache and the way that I've approached the industry. You know, it was always done with good intent, but it's sometimes the delivery wasn't always as polished. You know, that's what I get today. That's what I get today. Continue to support, lift up each other. Thank you to all of you who contribute in the industry. Thank you for all of you who have been with me over the years. And God bless you all. And thank you. And thank you. And I love you. Have a great weekend.